Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. I hope you had all a very nice Christmas and you got loads of train stuff, if that was possible. I've done okay. I'll let you see what we've got. And just before Christmas, we had to, clear the dining room table where we were making trees, and there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more trees here what have been made, but still a lot left. I keep saying 10,000. I think it's going to be closer to 8,000 trees we need on all 4 layouts. Not all spruce trees, of course, but there's going to be a lot in here. I've got plans for the big hill in the corner. I'm going to start on that because it just gives me a bit of structure, a bit of height, and show you where I'm going with that. But the other thing I have done, I will show you now. The other thing I've done is cut a panel for here for the electronics to go on. Now it looks a funny shape, and there is a reason for that, and that's the framing of what's underneath the track itself, holding the baseboards up, which I'll just show you from underneath. So it's this shape here. I didn't want to cut any of the framework out. I could have done, but I didn't want to. It just wasn't worth it. So, like I say, it's that shape. So when it goes up, it's it fits in it with a small gap at the front like the rest of them. And that's a board for under here. But what I have found, I'm making this a bigger board compared to the one to its right. So I'm going to put 4 magnets on just to be extra secure. The one I've just shown you has got 3 on, because I don't want them falling down. I know they will swing, but if there's anything near the edge of Japan, it might just knock it and break it, especially the overhead power supply lines. They might be close to the front and I need to guide it down. I don't know yet. So I just wanted a bigger one in here because there's a lot of track to go up above, and from over there all those wires are going to come to it. Anyway, I will show you now what we got for Christmas. Well, it's a big box. Now, there's actually 2 different people's presents in that one box. I just took the packing out a little bit to put additional bits in. And basically, it's all electronics. So if I just show you it open. And I've been very lucky to get all this. So what I've ended up getting are 3 of those. So that means I can do the next 24 blocks. I got 2 of those, so that makes that I can do another 8 points through iTrains and through the low D controller. and I got 12 MP1s, and then I got this Sprog 2. Now I'm going to have to learn how to use this, but this, what it's going to allow me to do, on iTrain, anything with rail coming, I can program on the main line and it'll see all the CVs. But if it's not a rail com, it can't see it. And what that Sprog does is allow me to see CVs with all the different makes, because I'm using drop-in decoders for my American trains. They're a totally different decoder to our stuff over here. Europe's not bad. Japan, well, there's a lot more hardwired, and I might be able to get hardwired and railcomming a decoder. I haven't up to now, because the ones I'd done at that point in time, it didn't matter. But the decoders for some of them, if you've got an 800 in Engage, the GWR or the LNER, they have this fancy shape decoder, and there is another make, but I don't know if it's got Railcom in. So I can't necessarily have Railcom on every train, but that will allow me to program it in and change the CVs while I'm speed matching, measuring the train, and I don't have to lift it off and put it onto programming track or anything like that. I'll be able to do it all with the handset of Lodi and the iTrain, and it'll be just click next, test. Yep, that speed's okay. That's the low speed. Yep, that's okay. And then speed measure it, and that'll be it. It'll be so much easier, but I've got to get that to work yet. So that'll be a bit of fun. But I did all right with that electronics, as my sister bought me some and Gemma bought me some. So I'm very lucky. It's given me a good boost. The operator for the points, those, I've got one on a board waiting to be connected up. So that's 12 points I can be getting on with. And there is a lot on the down line, which is those points over there. There's one there for the up line, one at that end for the up line, and then all those. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4, eventually 5 down there. So they'll get eaten up, and there's 2 over there, as you can maybe see. I don't know if you can just see the points. There's 2 there to do. So what I've got on at the moment, I'll just have a quick running session, and they're all English trains. I thought it was about time we had some English stock running round. At the moment, it's actually running on the Japanese side, which it would have to do if it visited in my world. England's going to be driving on the left, but when it gets to all the rest of the countries, it's going to have to drive on the right. So I'm just testing that the work the other way as well. What I have been doing is running both of these lines in that direction. And it's been quite fascinating to watch iTrain sort them out. It's been great fun just sitting and watching, hearing the point motors, what I have got wired in, and them changing, and the train's going that way this time, and it's been great. It's interesting. I'm going to explain something what did happen. I won't show it, but I'll explain it because it might not happen because it's up to iTrain. Now I could make it happen, but I can't do everything, film, have a chat, control, watch everything else what's going on. So I'll show you what Gemma got for Christmas. And this is what Gemma got for Christmas. Not from me, from my sister. It's a GWR, but at the Engage exhibition in September, she saw this and was umming and ahhing and thinking, should I, shouldn't I? Or, I really want it, and it's been an expensive month, and let's be sensible, and didn't get it. Anyway, my sister got it for her, and if I go in, you can see Mr. Paddington on the doors, like it does on the real train, which is quite nice. And then there's a couple of different ones there. But it's Kato, it runs great. The one thing it doesn't do is have it on that door. And there must be a reason for that. It's not the train driver's door, but for some reason it doesn't have it on. I don't know if that's so people don't go to that door, because some of the HSTs, if I remember rightly, on some of the liveries, there was a door what wasn't painted the same as any of the others, and that might be because it's the guard's door, and he can open it, get in and open it. I don't know. If anybody does know, it'd be interesting to see. And the driver's door doesn't have anything, and this door at this end doesn't. But there's more of a motor at this end in the real world, not in our world, because the motor's in that car. So that's what Gemma got. Absolutely lovely. And when it's on this bridge with the lean on it going round, it's fantastic, which I'll show you it going round. But what I was going to tell you about was something this train did when iTrain was controlling it. So I'll just take you over to where it happened. Here, in this area here, from that block starting there, and on this line starting here, all the way around to these 2 points, I have put an iTrain station on. And as I've said in the past, it's not a station platform. It's an area you only have to mark the actual blocks. You can make the actual box as big as you like, but as long as it has the block indicators on, what's on the screen of your track plan. And I have another one in America at the moment on those 2 lines. Now that is my station for America. And again, it's an iTrain station. And I can make the train stop, run through, stop for so long as you've seen in the past. But what was interesting with the GWR 800, because that's got a cab at both ends, it came to here, stopped on this line. Yes, it was that line. Yeah, it was that line. Or was it? No, sorry, it was on the inside, like this line. And then all of a sudden, when it had its time here, which I think it's for passengers, it's 10 seconds to 30 seconds I-train will pick, it went in the opposite direction, which was a bit worrying. I'm thinking, what the dickens are you doing? Because in my world, we were all going, all 5 trains were all going in the same direction. When it was coming round here, down this line, it was slowing down because there was a train here going straight on and onto that track. Still didn't know what it was doing, and it backed up. Once it was cleared, it backed into here and stopped. And I thought, I know what it's going to do. It's going to go forward and go back onto that line. That was so it could maybe go down the helix, down this track, because it needs to be on that line. So it would have to be on that line. But it didn't. It waited. And I'm thinking, what are you up to? And all the rest of the trains were running. The other 4 were running, and this was just there, biding its time. And I thought, well, I'm going to leave it. I-train knows what it's doing. And as you know, there's some points round there, if you can see them for the box. And what it eventually did, after there was a train where that one is, going round over there, stopped in the station. I don't know if it was that one. It then drove down and passed it on the inside. And once it was clear of the points, that started the GWR 800 carrying on backwards. And I thought, you can't be attempting to go all the way around the layout in the opposite direction. But it wasn't. It went over those 2 points onto this line here, but under the box, all the way around, and went back to the station and stopped there, waited its time, and then went forward again. And it's done it twice. It did it in the afternoon and then it did it in the evening. Last night I didn't come in. But I thought, now that's clever. And like I say, it bided its time for a gap to appear for I-train to say, I want you to now go back to the station. From this line back onto that line over there, where that train is. And naturally there was one going towards it over there, but it stopped in front of that window because that's a block. The 800 and I-train had booked the station line, so nothing could go in it. Safe as houses. It went in and then went forward, and I just thought, that is clever. And all these electronics are going to open up this back line, that one, so it will do more things. And then when I put the passing lines on, there's 2 on the back line, that one on the down line, and there's 1 here. That is going to be another game changer. It really is, because also over there there's a natural track what goes from the up to the down, or the down to the up. In theory it would be the down going to the up, because it comes around here to get into the wood yard and timber yard. But it could choose to drive a train all the way around and then come to here on the other side and change over on the other side. So it does open up a lot of different things, and I'm so looking forward to it, but I've got a lot of wiring to do now. the temporary wiring, what's just going to one block, has now all got to be separated, which it'll be easy to do once I get it sorted. And then I've just got one more thing to show you. The other thing to just show you, it just happened that this is a little step what falls down flat, and I had it just here, and I'd cut this board, and I was messing about with it, looking at it, and I just put it down, and it just landed there and on the edge of that board. And I thought, well, I don't have to take it into the house to fix these wherever they're going, and do the wiring to these to the back of the blocks, because I've got some more of these to connect these to one half and then bring the other wires in, like over here, which is not the best board to show you, but this will all get tidied up with these two new panels, and then that can go out of the way. And then I'll have to get the Ethernet cables stuck on here to join onto these. But I thought, wow, this is just a great place. And, okay, it's nice to do it in-house, but I can do it here, and I can have my trains running up here with iTrain, and it's a guaranteed no crash. What you can't guarantee is that trains don't fall off the track. As you know, you can run a train round for 20, 30 circuits, or another day, and a certain wagon won't go over a certain point. For some reason, that day, it's a bad air day, and it can't go over it. Then the next day, it can. So it's just going to be great. Hearing the noise. If I had sound ones, there's no sound on at the moment with any of these trains of England. But if there was sound on, you know, and I could have actions going and tooting their on, and just as I'm just messing about with these two boards, that one there and this one. And not forgetting that these will be on an angle, so it's parallel off the top, so when it hangs down underneath, as you saw, it'll be like that. What I may do is cut the bottom off. I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going to put two of them and two of them on, or one of them and two of these, and have the space, have more space, and then have another small board for one of them. I don't know yet. Because the more it gets on, the more it takes getting everything in. But I can just do it here and have my trains running, you know. What more can anybody wish for? But like I say, I'll just show you these trains running round. And again, I'm going to let iTrain do it, because there's 5 trains. And going down the helix and coming back up the helix and coming off onto the main line, I can't physically do it and make sure that there's no accidents. So I might as well be like the signal man and just keep checking that everything's going right. So if I was even, I have now decided, if I was just fortunate enough to have just one layout like this, what you can see here, and run all the different countries on this one track, I would still now have iTrain. Because if I want to do things like that, or sit back and just watch, or have multiple trains running, iTrain does it. I can do maybe 2 on each track, but it's when you start sending them off into different zones you know, changing points, and you go that way, oh, and you set it off, oh, I haven't set the point, you know, and this is why doing those points over there and there is going to be another game changer, and different things will happen. It's ace. So I definitely recommend iTrain to help run your layout. You just remember, like I did on these here, as it turns out, the train decoupled from the coaches down in that return loop there. And I've noticed that the coaches were there. Where's the train? It was on the helix near the top. And I just, while the other four was still running around in automation, I took control of that 50, backed it down, connected up, put forward throttle on, and left it. And then all of a sudden, iTrain decided, oh, you're not touching it. I'll take control of it. And it took control again. So you can drive them if you want a little bit, slow them down to do a bit of filming, whatever, and then let it take control again. The only thing I would say, it needs to be of a size where you can get a nice length train on. Too small a layout, it doesn't really work. But long as you can get a couple of lengths on, if you wanted to run 2 trains on one, so you've got a decent sized blocks. It works, but there's more beneficial if it's a little bit bigger, even if it's just an oval from there to there, not all this coming this way towards the camera, because you could have points and sidings where the trains can go in, stop while a train passes, like in a station, and you've got through lines. It would work, even on a smaller layout. And then engage, you get more in as well, so it just helps. So I'll get these trains running, and then just show you them all going round. Just showing that there is British trains running. I probably never end up with 5 running through Japan all at the same time though. Unless it's like this, I am physically doing it. Or America, should I say, because there's no American trains actually out. There's one there and that's it, because I use that for cleaning the track. So there's the 800. When that just gets past those points, this one will start running. I would expect this point will change, which it has done, and then that will set off. Because I'm just clicked them to go, so it's just sorting itself out. And that one down there, the 70 Carlos rail, that'll get going. There you are, off it goes. And there's the one I've been showing you in the station. That's going round. And there's one there going down. If I put the light on, you can see that. That's this class 68. And the DWR is now going round there. I don't know which line it's going to go on. That's the beauty of it. It decides either to put it on this line or this line. And it's put it on the inside, so it'll stop somewhere about here. Yeah, about there. Because that one stops there. That one's pulling into the station. All express trains have to stop in the station. Goods trains don't. That's one there is now going to go over the bridge. I'll just show you an English train going over the famous trestle bridge. I'm in the process of organising a fixed camera to be filming this all the time. So I think it'll be there somewhere. Yeah. And it's having to stop for something. That train's decided to go back, but it's going to have to stop there. Now there is one thing what I'm going to have to do to this 800. As you can see, the lights haven't changed, and I just need to do it. And as you saw it pause, I've got a problem with, not a problem as such, but the way that point, well, it's just finishing running over there. I just need to adjust the setting. And that's what it did, it went backwards. But I need to sort the lights out on that so the lights change. And I just haven't got round to doing it yet. And it'll stop in the station and then probably go forward again. And that one on the bridge has had to stop there because there's a train coming up the helix. There, the class empty. So when that clears, the train what we've left on the bridge will be cleared to go. And there's the 800. It's going back the other way. But that was a lot easier for it. You could do it without actually stopping because two of the trains were on the helix. So I hope, like I say, you all had a great Christmas, and if I don't speak to you on a video before the new year, have a great new year and all the best for 2025. I'm looking forward to it. So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.